Hello and welcome to Glorious Miniatures. My name's Jolyon and this is another Sunday preview on the 23rd of July 2023. Unfortunately, this is the second time I've had to record this video. Not quite sure what happened with the first time, but hopefully next time we won't have that issue. So, without further ado, let's just get stuck into it. Wade into Warcry with starter sets and warbands. What is the best Warcry in all of Warhammer? It's hard to beat. Wah! Far better than those stuffy Space Marine battle cries. Easy enough to yell courage and honor from behind a few inches of ceramite. Warcry isn't something you yell in battle, but it is. A great skirmish game that takes up the bulk of next week's pre-orders. Onwards! We've got a new Warcry starter set called Crypt of Blood right here. This brand new starter set gives you everything you need to start playing swift and decisive skirmish games. WARCRY Crypt of Blood contains two smaller than normal warbands, the Crimson Court and Xandira's Truth Seekers, who are battling over treasures inside a legendary vampire's tomb. This is the contents right here, as you can see. We've got some scenery, we've got the miniatures themselves, the two warbands, we've got the cards, dice, playmat, instruction kind of thing, and some cardboard tokens, etc. at the back right here. So let's scroll down. Here is indeed the scenery. Got some nice snazzy scenery. I do love a bit of scenery. I would probably be very happy to maybe get my hands on this scenery at some point. Paint it up for a tutorial. The box contains a game mat. A new terrain comprising a sarcophagus statue, ruined walls and fences. Also included is a 72-page start here book, which covers the core rules for Warcry, as well as bespoke missions for this set. Then there are fighter and ability cards for the two warbands, 18 dice and a cardboard token board with a punch-out range ruler. That's fantastic stuff, everything you need to get started, unsurprisingly, with a name like a starter set. And what else do we have here? We've got Warcry Questor Soulsworn. Okay, as you can see, you get 6 miniatures. I certainly like the one with the skull for a head. I think that's pretty snazzy. Let's see what they have to say. Set free from the depths of the Null with the Questor Soulsworn will be available to pre-order separately next week. These elite warriors are the creme de la creme of the Stormcast Eternals, expected to triumph over impossible odds as they take on lethal missions all across the mortal realms. This group of 6 warriors are each worth a company of lesser fighters, and contain fearsome specialists such as the errant Questor Duelist, an incomparable master of weaponry, and the Soulsworn Knight Relictor, who performs powerful invocations and accessories with skulls. Excellent stuff. That is probably the one I might enjoy painting, the one with the skull for a head. What else do we have? We've got Warcry Royal Beast Flayers. Let's get them up on the screen. We've got some beasts, we've got some vampire type things, all that kind of fun stuff. Scroll down and see what they have to say for themselves. The hunt is on, and the Royal Beast Flayers are riding out in a magnificent panoply of the King's Court to track the greatest game for their noble liege lords. To outsiders, the heraldry looks an awful lot like blood, offal and bone, but the Flesh Eater Court's delusions are as overwhelming as their ferocity. This twisted band of monster hunters includes a Royal Flaymaster, a Beast Flayer Baron, a coterie of Ghoul Gore Squires and Trackers, and 2 sinister Simian Brutes known as the Offal Hounds. Well, that's always fun stuff. Some fun miniatures certainly would fill out your Flesh Eater Court army if you would like to get your hands on that. Also, potentially a fun little project on its own right. What else do we have here? We have some lanyards. Attaboy Warhammer lanyards. Let's see if we have one there. It's the Orky variety of one. When you got an important pass to carry around and you also want to let the whole world know that you're a massive Warhammer 40,000 fan, lanyards are your friends. Our partners at Attaboy have created 2 excellent lanyards. One for Space Marines featuring the battle cry of "For the Emperor," and the other of the Orcs, which just says Daka a bunch of times, because Orcs know what's best, and what's best is Daka. Both lanyards come with a clear vinyl ID holder with a themed backing card. It's always fun if you need to get to various conventions and stuff. Got to keep those tickets and things, otherwise you're going to have well, a disaster getting in. What else do we have? Oh, hello. Our pals at Merchoid have a treat in store for folks who spend a lot of time at their computers, i.e. myself. 2 gorgeous Warhammer 40,000 desk mats. One is a nostalgia trip made up of a faction art from that saturated primary colour period of Warhammer history, and the other is based on the more gritty aesthetic of the modern day. Whichever takes your fancy, these 80cm by 30cm mats are made from waterproof fibre and have anti-slip backings. Both lanyards and desk mats will be available directly from GW Web Store and certain stores on Saturday the 29th of July. So you've got to make sure you find out which certain stores those are. Otherwise, go to the GW Web Store. This is the second one, the more modern paint schemes. Certainly, I do like them. However, this one, with the old school codex covers, I think this is definitely my jam. I think I would be getting this one right here. I like it. I like it a lot. Scroll down, got some Black Library, The End and Death, Volume 1. After 7 years of agonizing civil war, the armies of the arch-traitor Horus Lupercal have sacked the walls and breached the gates of the Imperial Palace. The end is near and the death of the Emperor's dream is almost upon us. Some faint hope remains on his final day, but the trails that must be overcome, lest chaos triumph, are monumental. Dan Abnett's first part of the final chapter of the epic Horus Heresy series will be available to pre-order in paperback format next week. This is one I'm definitely going to be purchasing. I've been collecting the Siege of Terror books in paperback form. I wish I'd... Well, I'm glad I didn't start collecting them in hardback. Otherwise, I'd be very... I'm the sort of person I would need to get them all in hardback. So I was late to the party, hence the paperback purchases. And we... Oh, curses. Gaunt's Ghosts. Print on demand. On Saturday, you'll get the chance to order 4 of Dan Abnett's Gaunt's Ghosts series via print on demand in hardback. Discover the adventures and exploits of Tanith first and only in straight silver, Honor Guard, Sabbat Martyr, and the Guns of Tanith. The print on demand window opens on Saturday 29th of July and runs for 16 days. Bear that in mind, folks. Ending on Monday the 14th of August at 8 AM UK time, and can take up to 128 days to arrive. But do bear that in mind. If these are the books you wish for, make sure you get them ordered. Warhammer Plus stuff, as always. Scroll all the way to the top. So, I think apart from those books and that mouse mat, I think I'm getting off relatively scot-free, potentially, this week coming up. Is any of this of interest to you folks? WARCRY is featuring quite heavily, obviously. So I don't know huge amounts of it. I do have a box of WARCRY somewhere and a bunch of scenery from it, but I'd never really got too far into it as I got stuck doing Horus Heresy and various other things. Anyway, that's all I got to say for now. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Make sure you've hit the bell for notifications, all that sort of, I don't know, YouTube stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much, and goodbye.